Hey everybody, welcome back. 855 Knives here. Quick intro. I went to get a couple straight razors that I saw on Facebook Marketplace and ended up getting quite a bit more stuff. We'll go over it here real quick. Everybody, welcome back. We're at Tractor Supply parking lot in Columbia, Missouri. Let's grab some stuff. We're going to do a better video later. But this is some of the stuff I picked up from Facebook Marketplace in a plastic bag. It's windy, and this isn't going how I expected it to. We're going to do a video at home later. Winchester. This stuff away for now. Open it up better when we get home. Alright, that was me all excited in the parking lot. The guy had posted 2 straight razors that I thought was a great price, and I can't remember even which 2 it was. I ended up with 4. It may have been that one. I know this Boker was one of them. I'm not really into straight razors, but my friend Justin from Rudo Creek Outdoors is starting to be. So anytime I can find a good deal, I try to pick those up so we can trade, gift, whatever. I think it was the 2 yellow ones. I know the Boker was one of the 2 original listed, but we ended up with 4. That one's made in Germany. And this one, I'm not sure. I think that might be horn handles. I'm gonna have to check. Didn't have a ton of time to look things over in the parking lot. But it was the 2 straight razors to begin with. 2 of those 4. I think it was the 2 yellow. And then I'd asked the guy if he had any pocket knives, and he said, yeah, but I don't know what they're worth. I'll bring them. Don't take advantage of me. I'm old. I said, well, okay. I did not want to take advantage of him. So in this pile, I kind of separated some stuff out and told him it was probably not worth $1 a piece. Most of it was made in China. I said if he wanted to get rid of the whole batch, I would buy them at a really low price, but I wasn't really interested. This batch here was kind of the second tier of what he had. I told him about what they were, about what they're worth. Nothing great. Some of them are parts knives. This Klein Tools will probably clean up, but you know, it was pretty rusty. This is the Imperial Ireland trick knife. I think this one is a Boker, but it's been whittled on and broken scales. Boker USA, it's not German. This little steak knife, as far as I can tell, is not really worth anything at all. Made in Japan, but the sheath that was in, it's missing the strap and snap. Focus in on that. I needed that. That will fit something in the inventory easily. There's a Colonial melon tester. I told him what I thought those were worth in general, and this is a Camillus Electricians, I believe. Told him what I was willing to pay for them, and then we kind of went to a second or third tier because I didn't get that original tier. Those 3. This is a little Sears or Craftsman USA lock back. That was a pretty good knife, I thought. In these 3 case, this jackknife has a broken blade, a main blade, and everything else looked good. This one, the middle blade, it just comes right out. It fell out of the pin. The pin came loose or something. I pointed that out. And then this little Stockman has a broken blade, sorry, as well. But a case, and I pointed those out. And that's an 80s. I told them what I thought those were worth and was fair about it. And then we kept moving along, and things were getting better. And well, I think this little, whatever this is, Prima, that was in that original bunch. Sorry. Don't think that's anything special. And we progressed. He had several things sitting on his tailgate. This case, Delrin, could use a little cleaning, but didn't see any damage. I saw this sheath. For time purposes, I've already got that opened up. If we're going to focus, it's a 3 of 96, I think, Leatherman, and doesn't look like it's been used at all. One of the original old school Leathermans. This one we could hardly get open, and I couldn't even read it at the time. There were several companies made that office knife, I believe, but that's a Henry Sears and Son office knife. Thought that one was pretty cool. This sheath was empty, and this Lansky pocket sharpener, those were in the original tier 2. An 88 Camillus demo knife. I believe that's factory grease. It looked to be phenomenal condition. I told him what I thought that was. Moving up, case Diamond Jubilee. Counting those dots, I think I saw 9, and it's an 81, I think. If we're going to focus, maybe. I think that's 9, but I can't tell yet. That one, listen to that. That one, very, very good shape. Moving along, here's a 1997, I believe, the upside down U, I think that is. Which will put that at California. Come on. I'm not focusing very well. Yeah, it looks like the upside down U on the Buck 303. That appeared to be unused, which I told the man. This one, also Buck, looked a little bit older. This, I think, is the 3 line. They called it the 110. I think that is early 70s. That brass will clean up, but I don't think that had been sharpened, used, or carried either. It doesn't love a 110. We'll move on to the last couple. Look at the beautiful milk on the 1978 Stockman. That's a 6347, and I looked this one over close, and one of the pins right there, yeah, if you can look close, there's a hairline crack all the way across, and I almost didn't see that. I actually felt it before I could see it. That milk was beautiful. It had me staring it down, and I could feel that little crack, which I think will fill in. I thought it was just gorgeous bone. 6347 Super Sport, 454, 4 on the floor. Beautiful knife. Oh man, I like saving the best for last, and I got 2 more. So slider was in with the bunch too. I'm not sure what that is. Old school looking trench lighter. The wheel just spins, but I'm gonna fool with that. Let's see if we can't get that rolling. Okay, this box was also laying out loose, and that Diamond Jubilee could maybe have went in it, but wrapped in paper that made me feel like the knife I stuck back in it had fallen out of it. I don't want to tear up the box, so just bear with me a sec. The old school case paper, wax paper. 1980 Ronald Reagan. 1980 knife. If you watched my show last night, I have a daughter named Reagan. She helped me out. Named after that guy. I love that knife. And I stuck it back in that box. I'll research it to be sure. Either one of these maybe could have went in it. I'm not positive. But that one won't be going anywhere anyway. Some of these will. I mean, most will. And then the Winchester. Zoom in on that stamp. I think that was up until 1942. Bone. And I looked this one over really good in the sunlight too, and I did not see any cracks there either. Making the deal is kind of part of the thrill of the hunt to me. If I'm in an antique shop or pawn shop or whatever, dealing with my buddies that know what they got, that's a lot of the fun for me, is coming up with a good deal. But this man, he did not have these posted. He had the two straight razors posted, which the price on I know the Boker was one, which is beautiful, and one of the other two, I can't remember which, he had them listed cheaper than what they should have been, frankly. I solicited, asked about pocket knives, and the man was honest with me, said, yeah, I'm old, don't take advantage of me, basically. So that loses the thrill of the deal, because I couldn't be dishonest with the man. I told him, the broken case, I showed him, pointed that out, pointed out what I thought these were here, and I made him what I thought was a very fair offer that made it a good deal for me, but not a soulless burning hell deal, which I could have, he would have not known. I could have probably got this one for a couple bucks, but I wouldn't have been able to sleep tonight or ever, because that would have just been wrong. That would have been just like pointing a gun at him and telling him give me his money, because that just wouldn't have been right. Old 110, they're just really, really cool stuff there. So I had to be fair about it. I'm happy with it. I told him I thought we're doing a good deal, and it's good for me as well, and he agreed. Really cool old dude. If any of these go anywhere, this one sure won't. This one will be sticking around. Man, that's just beautiful. I'm going to research and find out. I think the box could go with either, like I said, but tell me what you think, which one's your favorite. We'll end up running a lot of these eventually. We did a Whatnot show last night that didn't go over the greatest, so we'll be stepping it up with a lot of these here. I think that's real mother of pearl. Of course, the razor blades, the straight razors. I didn't research them, but I'll be trading my buddy Justin if he's interested in any of them. And this one I think is probably the most valuable and the coolest. of the bunch, but that's guessing. I don't know. I don't see any writing on the backside, but German Boker. Tell me what you think. I'll sleep well tonight knowing that I didn't rob the old guy blind, because he didn't know what any of this stuff was. I had a general idea and feel really good about it. Thanks. I'll see y'all next time.